What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and part 2 of the road trip in Virginia golf series. I'm on the back 9 of the Plantation course of Kingsmill Golf and Resort out here in Williamsburg, Virginia. Just finished up an even par front 9, 1 birdie, 1 bogey, 7 pars. Standing on the 10th tee box right now, looking at a dog leg right, par 4, and there is a water hazard on the right at about 260, and up the middle of the fairway, looks like I've got about 308 to the trees. If I hit it left, then I'm gonna have less. So I gotta kind of mind my P's and Q's on this one to not lose it right, but not lose it left. Basically, I gotta hit a great big boy tee shot. I hope you guys enjoyed the front 9. If you're coming over from that video, I'm currently even par on this round with 1 birdie and 1 bogey. And I originally set the over-under at 75 since this is my first time golfing in 12 days and first time in Virginia. Right now we're looking like we're definitely on track to beat that and hopefully even beat par. God, that was a beauty, guys. What a bomb. But something about the fact that that didn't bounce tells me that the water hazard is more left than is visible to the eye from here. I hope I'm wrong, because I just absolutely murdered that ball, aired that thing out. But it was about 10 yards right of where I was looking. So normally that is an acceptable margin of error off the tee with the driver. If you miss by 10 yards one way or the other, you should be in the fairway. But this is definitely the most suffocating hole out here. Might have not been a driver in a tournament, but I'm out here to hit bombs for the boys, so we didn't come all the way to Virginia to lay up, you know? All right, I got it. I want to give a huge shout out to Visit Williamsburg for putting this whole thing together, and shout out to some of our partners like Kingsmill Resort. I'm going to be staying here for the next 4 days, playing 2 rounds of golf here. We're at the Arnold Palmer Design Plantation course right now. They also have 2 other courses to my knowledge, one of which I will be playing in 2 days. And so far, 10 out of 10. I'm having the time of my life out here. It's just such a different type of golf than I'm used to in California. Total tree-lined golf with the most beautiful homes. I don't know if you can see that behind me. Lots and lots of red brick homes on pretty large plots of land with cool patios. Oh man, that's too bad. It looks like I might be in the water hazard on this one. But really enjoying the course, and it's in great shape. Definitely a different, God, that is so hard for me to believe. That was such a good drive. Oh, that's golf, man. That's golf. Especially playing new courses that you're unfamiliar with. That's gonna happen in time or two. Now, that's already happened to me twice today, I will say, where like lack of course knowledge is causing me to find undesirable end locations for my golf ball. But so far we're managing quite well. I don't think it ranks as a particularly hard course at only 6,500 yards, but I'm not mad at all about being even par. I would say I'm doing just fine and looking to keep it going. So I'm gonna take a drop here and hopefully get up and down to save a par. I do remember now the guy that I talked to off the very first tee box said that 10 was the hardest hole out of the entire golf compound here. So yeah, this one looks like very narrow for driver. Now, I would assume most of you guys watching my channel are probably avid golfers and know the rules, but maybe that's an unfair assumption and some of you don't know. So I'll take you through the drop procedure on a red lateral water hazard. So the line that the ball crosses into the hazard, to the best of your judgment, is where you put a tee down. So if you can find the ball in the hazard, then that is usually the best way to do it, but in this case I don't see it. And you get 2 club lengths from there. So you put the driver down, you can use any club you want, but you know, driver is going to get you the most distance. Tee, and then your drop must, and that line has to be no closer to the hole, and then your drop must stay within 2 club lengths, and you have to drop from knee height, and it can't move forward. If it moves more than 2 club lengths, then you drop again. If it does that a second time, then you place it as near as possible to the point where the first bounce happened. 134. Boy, that's just a perfect pitching wedge. Beautiful hole, man. All these holes are so cool. Aiming, you know, at flags with 200-foot tall trees in the background, kind of surrounding the green as a backdrop. I just can't get enough, dude. I love it out here. It's very hot as well. Sweating through my shirt. I'm not used to that, so my muscles feel really heavy and fatigued and like I'm swinging really slow. What a great strike. Number. Come on now. That looks to be about 3 feet from here. We might get out of here in par, baby. Just a few feet long. 6 feet. But boy, that was maybe the best shot I've hit all day. In the last video, I did come within 1/2 of an inch of a chip in from about 30 yards on the 8th hole, I believe it was. And it was from a extremely difficult up and down. It was probably 90% gonna be a 3-shot situation to get down, so to almost make that was a huge bonus. Now this one is downhill and a little right to left. At the cup, it moves more than at the start. I think it's like a cup outside. God, dude. They're just breaking more than I want to read. I don't know if that's grain or what. Now, granted, that one I hit too soft, but still. I thought that was a great putt. Wow, that's an insane amount of break at the cup. Okay, maybe that wasn't really me after all. That was just a dramatic sloping pin position that failed to read. Hole 11, another beauty. 420 par 4. More trees everywhere, man. That's the MO out here, and I just love it. This is kind of how it was in North Carolina, where I just came from last week as well, up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm on my nature vibe right now. I'm healing from all this tall tree, green energy I'm getting lately. It feels amazing. Now, back to the golf. This one appears to just be straight away. I see some bunkers on the right that we're gonna blast it right over, and it does look pretty narrow. Again, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good, guys. The left-hand side. It took off like 15 yards left of where I was aiming, but didn't have much curve to it, so that's a great ball. All right, guys, quick little cart cam update as I wait on the fairway at 11 here. I'm out here working with Visit Williamsburg, as well as golf courses in the area, restaurants in the area, a hotel, and some of the tours like a ghost tour and a sunset sail, and just all things tourism and fun out here in Williamsburg. Partnering with them for the next 4 days to showcase what it's like out here. And man, so far it is freaking gorgeous. And I think this is something I'd like to do a lot more of in the future. I've already done a fair amount of trips like this, where I go play golf and have a bunch of fun promoting a golf destination resort or a tourism board. But I feel like I've built enough of a resume now that I'm gonna start booking a lot more things like this, and sometimes doing it with friends. And I'm really excited about that because, boy, what a great way to earn a living for myself. Just basically having a blast and filming it so that other people can share in the joy with me and see some really cool places and get a sense of where they might like to book their next golf trip or family vacation. And I just think it's just gonna keep growing and expanding. And I'm trying to work with other professionals to make my content better. The next 3 days, I'm gonna have a great filmer, this guy named Stoney, come out and film me for 3 days, and that'll definitely up the quality of the next few videos out here. And then, you know, all these friends that I just made in North Carolina on that wellness creators retreat at the Art of Living, that if you guys are watching this video, you've probably seen me talk about and post a review video of, and a bunch of short form Instagram videos and stuff. I made a whole friend crew of creators there. Truly some of the most special and awesome people I've ever met. And we want to do a lot of this stuff too. We're talking about like Bahamas, Bali, Tulum, Puerto Rico, Mexico, different places that we could go together as a squad. And I think people are gonna really enjoy the content we make together. It's just very fun and lighthearted and joyful. Everybody's funny and great energy, great vibes. We're from all different walks of life, create all different kinds of content. But I think, you know, doing my own golf thing and working with golf creators, and then also doing this just kind of more general lifestyle content with some of my creator friends that I'm starting to make, could keep me really busy for a long time. And I'm excited about it because I had to work super hard. It's taken me my whole life to build myself into someone that people see value in and would want to come fly across the country to stay and play golf and talk about it in videos, right? That's the dream. And I won't lie to you guys and say like, oh, this is easy, everyone should do it. I'm sure it looks like that, like, oh my God, I just get to go play golf and have fun and get paid. But it's a lot of work. The camera's always rolling. And then once it's not rolling, you're editing nonstop. And yeah, it's not for everyone, but I am certainly happy to be here and feel like I've got a lot more in the tank, and it's just gonna keep getting bigger and better. And the places I go and the people I collaborate with, they're just gonna all continue to escalate as I continue to gain confidence and credibility in this niche. So with that being said, let's hit a golf shot. Unfortunately, this is in such a valley here. You guys might not be able to see the pin. I know I certainly can't, but I've got 133 left, hitting a pitching wedge into some wind and a little off the right. Took off extremely right. That is so weird. Don't know how to explain that one. Wasn't a shank, but the ball flight kind of looked like it was. All right, guys. Not ideal since I had a wedge in hand to be chipping, but we're chipping. Looking to knock this one in. Go. Got it a little heavy. I tell you, this is not my favorite stuff to chip off of. It's got this, it's like firm yet muddy. It's very easy to chunk it. And then there's like wispy, tall blades of grass. It reminds me of Bakersfield Country Club, whatever that grass is. I think it's Bermuda. Okay, got about 15 feet left here. Not quite how we drew it up. Boy, I think this one's like a foot outside right. Could really use it to keep the momentum of the round going. There's no reason to be bogeying this hole. Hold your head. Gosh. Darn it. Back-to-back bogeys, never a fan of that. Just the sinking momentum when you string together bad holes is really hard to overcome and something you don't see pros do a lot. But here we are. All right, let's get it back on track. Hole 12, par 5, 460 yards. What a hole to get back on track. With any luck, we could be walking off with a 3 here. I don't know if there's some crazy thing going on by the green that maybe adds difficulty to it, but from what I can see off the tee here, up the middle, I would hit the trees at 280, so I need to stay right of that. More like on the left edge of these trees on the right, which is what I'm gonna do. Boy, this thing's ducking left on me quite a bit. Bummer. I was thinking of changing the driver setting. It is set to draw. I just normally, I don't change things that my club builder buddy does, but he did tell me if I started hitting them left, take it off that draw setting. So I might do that. So there is a hazard short of the green. Unfortunately, you know, I'm only 180 yards, but trying to punch towards it would not work because I'd have to keep it low under these trees and then it wouldn't carry the hazard. So I'm just chipping out back into the middle of the fairway. Gonna have to make a birdie the hard way. 110 yards left, 50-degree wedge, green light. God, this hill just threw it straight left. That's so frustrating, man. I was even aimed pretty far right to compensate for that. Well, I seem to have really screwed myself here. From where I'm standing, it just falls off a cliff, and I think that's a pretty uncontrollable amount of break from where I'm putting at. It might not be possible to stop it from rolling down towards where my second ball is there, but I'm gonna try. I think I have to hit it up there, basically. Anybody's guess. I think my intended plan of attack will be to die it right here. On those kind of putts, you're basically looking for the straight downhill putt as your die point. Wow. This is crazy. That's it. Oh, I hit it too hard. God dang it. Such a hard putt. Well, from 110 in the middle of the fairway, I did not anticipate this 15-footer for par, but that's sometimes the way life goes, kids. Curveballs that you got to adapt to. Oh man, that's so frustrating. 3 bogeys in a row. Bummer. Hate to see that. Hole 13, par 4, as you guys can see, another major fade hole. That grouping of trees in the middle is only 260. If I take it over the bunker on the right, which you might not be able to see, I got more like 320. But yeah, these are, there's a lot of these kind of forced fade holes if you want to hit driver. It's so weird. At the beginning of the day, what did I say? I said that I was fading the driver and I might have to, you know, start to expect that and play for it and dance with a different dance partner today because this thing had been drawing. But now it's sling drawing on me, so I don't know exactly what to do. Driver has been my nemesis all year. I thought I really figured something out when I put this in the bag like 2 weeks ago, and then really it only lasted for about a day. The honeymoon phase is over on like day 2. Okay, I'm gonna try to cut one starting at that middle bunker that you can see here. If it goes at all left of that, I'm pretty much screwed, so it does need to move. Pretty much straight. Yeah, this is not a driver hole. Bummer. Carried it all the way into those trees. So I teed off from back there. These are the tall trees that were about 260 off the tee. And I crashed into them and have come to a final resting place here, hitting at the flag there, but with some tree trouble. Yeah, and there's water right here, so that one I was completely holding the wrong sword. That was never a driver. Needed to hit like a hybrid. So I've got 108 yards, but I cannot aim at the green. I can only aim out right. Woo, gonna miss that tree by about an inch, only by choking up. Oh, 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 let's go. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that was sick. touch of class right there, touch of class. Even got the nice little leftward kick up the slope, and the distance on that was outstanding. We're looking at a birdie right now, boys. Bogey to birdie. All right, boys, this would be an insane birdie and just what the doctor ordered to snap this momentum back in the right direction. I would be getting away with like a multiple shot savings here on this hole to catch this putt. Little right to left. Come on. Gosh, good try. They're all just moving slightly more than I want them to. It's like I had an intuition that that's what was going to happen on that putt. Okay, good to escape with the par, nevertheless. Par 3, 9-iron, 153 yards. Kind of a sucker pin all the way out right. But my irons usually draw, so I'm going to aim right at it, and if anything, it'll just move left. I don't really feel any wind right now. How about a hole-in-one? I don't like that shot very much. About 90 yards left. How about that for a backdrop though? I don't even know. I don't know what that is, townhomes or... God, the homes around me right now are massive. The ones I'm looking at that way are so cool, and they're all red brick. Wow, and this is a totally different kind of grass than anywhere else. This is like more lush. The ball's not sitting all the way down on like the mud. It's actually propped up by some thicker grass. Interesting. This chip is moving dramatically to the right when it lands. Stay left. Oh. Boy, I thought that was better than that. It was like landing into a severe upslope. I don't know why I just tumbled through that so much. There's that other house I was talking about back there. It's so cool. I'm really enjoying all the homes on this course. Just like enjoy looking at houses. Daydreaming about like actually owning one and what that life would be like. Yes, dude, good save. That was a good stroke. And that was the longest putt all day since the first hole. That was big. We can still flip this round. Had we not straightened out those last two holes, we would have been in trouble. But because we just had par on both of those to snap that bogey streak, I'd say we're back. I'd say we're back. And 4 to play. If I run the table, we're back under par. But really just any circles at all in the card to get closer to even would be quite satisfactory for never seeing the course. First round out here in Virginia, I'd be happy with that. I think my goal, I didn't really set a goal for this trip score-wise, but it is kind of cool that I'm playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, same timing as the US Open. And I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to see if I could like shoot good enough scores to make the cut, you know, for the US Open this week. Obviously they're playing a ridiculously harder course than I am, but I don't really play or practice a whole lot of golf anymore, so skill level, you know, offsets, and probably would be a pretty fair battle for me to see if I could, you know, make the cut or be like in contention at the US Open correlative to their scores. So I don't know, more than anything, it would just be fun to shoot under par total for 4 days, but that's a tall order. I don't know the difficulty. Okay, I did actually just figure out how to put it on the N-1 setting he was talking about. I think N just means neutral, and it was on D-1, so draw, and -1 probably means like flat. So now I think it's neutral flat, which should be more fade biased, and it has a fade setting on in the toe weight. Hopefully that helps. Obviously in a tournament that would be totally illegal, but there is no money on the line. I'm just trying to play good golf out here and entertain you guys. So for the Alex Romo Golf YouTube rules, we're in the clear. Hope this helps. Well, straightened it out. That was the same kind of like leftward pull, but it had no draw on it. It was just dead straight. So far, I'd say that was an improvement. Okay guys, we've got 300 yards left. Let's see how close we can get. It's pretty good. Third shot incoming. Let me know how I do. It's totally blind down here. Gotta really get it up in the air quick to scale this mountain. That was so pure. Be good, please. I think I nipped it and clipped it, boys, but you let me know. How did I do? That'll actually be so sick to see on camera how that actually came into the green. Actually. Oh, that looks like it almost went in, eh? That would have been crazy. What a 4 with the pressure on of the 4. Probably nice, but seemingly aggressive elderly gentleman behind me with hands on hips. They were like trying to drive through me here, but I was waiting on the green to clear, and their tee box was like 50 yards away from where my second shot was. So they're playing like the up tees, and I could tell they were like perturbed that I was you know, hitting my shot and driving in front of them, but it's like I'm not behind at all. It just you know, a lot of people seem to get really aggravated when they see a tripod and a camera and just assume that you're playing slow, but that's not the case. I'm literally running all over the place to make sure that I don't ever hold anybody up. I'm hyper cognizant of that, trying to do good for all content creators and make sure that we don't get a bad rep as a whole as being slow players. Hole 16, 349 yard, par 4. That was left. That was good. Go. Oh! Bro, that's so close. What? From where I was over there, it's like it got on the backside of the pen somehow. There's some Jedi mind tricks that thing didn't go in. Boy, we have had 3 really close chips today. That's been thrilling, but you know what would be better than really close would be in. How about one of those? But I'm not turning my nose up at a birdie. I'll take that all day here. Hole 17, about 178 or 9 yards, I think. Got a 7-iron, hazard short. This one looks really cool. Looking to throw a dart. Oh yeah. Come on. Keeping it out right, drawing it in. Oh God, absolutely flushed. Dang it, like 2 flags left though. I don't know why that swept so much. I hope it's okay, but I don't know. Boy, I just hit that thing too good. About a club long here, which is surprising. Now I've got kind of a delicate chip that has to land in the fringe, but I know we can do it. I love it. Move that way now. I don't love it. Not bad. Important 6-footer here, guys. This would keep me at 1 over with the chance to birdie the last to shoot even, which would mean a lot to me. One cup outside right. Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on. All right, guys, last chance for glory here, 18. I did not realize it was gonna be a bonus hole, 285 yards to the pin. Tiniest bit of headwind, super drivable. 275 cover on a bunker, which appears to be green side. So all of a sudden, 2 strokes from here and we're shooting 1 under par, baby. I'm gonna give her hell. Hopefully we can hit a straight drive. Hopefully that driver tweak that I made was correct. I've only hit 1 driver, or 2 drivers since I made that tweak. Oh, no matter what happens, it's been a really fun day. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. Ah, it's a shame. Pop fly outright. Darn it. Hopefully that's not too much. All right, guys, I'm about pin high right, about 25 yards right of the pin. Shouldn't be too tough of a chip here. It's just kind of hard pan, that's the only thing. It's a bunch of like dead grass there. Just gotta catch it clean. Hopefully throw one up there nice and close to cap the round off. Skip hard. Ah. Yeah, that actually was kind of a tricky lie. I'm not gonna lie, that was a tough one. Left myself a 15-footer. But it looks to be quite straight. Just maybe gently right to left, right edge putt. Well, unfortunately, my phone just died. I got 30 seconds of my final putt, which was basically me just double reading it from the other side and saying, this looks like a really straight 15-footer. I'm gonna aim inside the right edge. And I kind of burned the edge. I hit it about 12 inches past. It looked like it was in the whole way because it was gently moving right to left. And then the final like 2 feet of the putt, it actually swaled back the other way, which I completely didn't see or read. So it was a little bit of a teaser. Had me excited for a second thinking that was going in, but did not go in. Had a 12-inch tap in. And I wanted to go back and recreate and hit the putt so you guys could see that, but the foursome behind me has already teed off, and then there was another foursome right behind them, so it would have taken me at least 30 minutes to wait for both of those groups to clear, especially since there was not a whole lot of love coming from them. I don't think they would have been super happy to hear me say, hey dude, can I go hit a putt again really quick? Might have gotten into a fist fight. So that's a bummer though. I really hate doing that. I have a battery pack charged into my phone right now, but in order to use these mics, it can't be charged. It can't be plugged in all the time. In between every single shot, I'm pretty much unplugging the mic, which also plugs into my phone. I'm unplugging that, plugging it into the charging bar. The bar is like bigger than my phone and it weighs like 3 pounds. It's a monster. So it's not very convenient to like carry around, and it is what it is. You know, there's no way for me to get through an 18-hole round without my phone dying, even if I start at 100% battery. And I've yet to find a like external battery pack that could somehow, like even the phone case battery packs, that would prevent, like having something large on the back of my phone would make it not fit in here. This part has to clip onto your phone, so it can't really be any bigger than it is or it won't fit. So I don't know if you guys know any workarounds for that, let me know, but it's just it really is a lot of work. You know, I'm not complaining by any means. I'm having a great time, but playing golf and filming 18 holes is tremendous work, doing it all by yourself without a videographer. So the next 3 rounds, I'm super excited that Stoney's going to be filming me. But let's talk about the round a little bit. That wound up being one birdie, one bogey on the front. In the back, I started bogey, bogey, bogey. It was looking dark for a second there. Dark times. And then straightened it out with if you guys remember that really sick punch shot from the trees over the water hazard that I was like kind of debating and talking about for like 2 minutes before I finally selected a club and chipped it over the water, landed it into the upslope, skipped perfectly right to left, and left myself like a 25-footer for par, or for birdie, which I 2-putted for par. And then I had to make like a 10-footer to save par on the next hole of par 3. Those two were huge. I could have easily made 5 bogeys in a row. And then I backed that up with 2 wedges to like tap in distance, and then made a big par save on 17 with a 6-footer. And then 18 was a bummer. But yeah, I had like 5 pretty good holes in a row there. 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 4 holes in a row. Can't do math. But anyway, 3 birdies, 4 bogeys, 1 over. Not too shabby for 10 days off. Not too shabby at all. I'm sitting at the range right now, gonna hit some drivers and see if I can find a consistent shot pattern, messing with those settings, so that hopefully the next 3 rounds aren't the same story as today, which is basically like that driver's getting me in trouble, man. It's such a broken record every single round this year. I feel like that's all I'm saying is I'm not picking the driver, and we're trying to figure it out, man. But the reality is I haven't had much time with my club fitter. I've had like 2 abbreviated sessions where there were other people kind of in there as well, and it wasn't like a total focused session where I had all of his attention and we were able to continue hitting drivers until we totally nailed it. We thought, we did a pretty good job with this Callaway Elite and TPT shaft combo, but unfortunately once I got it outside, out of the shop, it's certainly better than that Ping was performing and my QI10, but it's not great. It's still got some bad tendencies. So, maybe there's definitely could be things I just need to work on in my game and my swing, but I don't have anybody helping me out with that right now. So I'm not sure if there is something to work on, what that would be. So messing around with driver settings kind of is my only ammo right now. So anyway, but let's talk about the course. This was such a special course to me. I had such a great time playing in such a different environment, right? I don't ever get to see tree-lined, super tall courses like this, and I just thought it was gorgeous and fun, and I couldn't stop, admiring all the homes. There were so many super cool homes out here that I just found really unique and different and fun to admire. And then the golf course itself was not overly hard by any means, and I wouldn't say the greens were super fast. They were actually a little bit slow, but decent. And but all together, golf experience, scenery, quality of the golf course, aesthetics and visuals. This was like a 10 out of 10 experience. This is one of the most fun rounds of golf ever. I just really thought it was a spectacular property, and I can tell, they put a lot of work into it. Arnold Palmer design, how cool is that? And we're playing more golf out here the next couple days. There's a Pete Dye design, the river course, and Arnold Palmer, the plantation course, established 1986 and 1975. Sick. And that one looks like it's going to be tougher. The river course is rated 2 strokes higher and another like 400 yards. So anyway, I'm fired up for the rest of this trip, and that was certainly a pretty good round to kick things off. But I think we got some room for improvement once I straighten up that driver a bit. And I didn't hit irons outstanding either. As I mentioned, hands are pretty sore, body's pretty sore. Not gonna hit too many balls here. I've actually got to be at Revolution Golf and Grill in about an hour and 30 minutes, and I have to go check into my hotel. In a perfect world, I'd like to get a weight session in. The gym I was trying to go to last night, I couldn't get in after hours, unfortunately, so didn't lift yesterday when I really wanted to. So yeah, gonna be a busy couple days, but I had a great time. Shout out to Kingsmill Golf Course. Wow, they've had the LPGA Tour Pure Silk Championship 2019 to 2021, LPGA Tour Kingsmill Championship 2012 to 2018, and in the past, PGA Tour Anheuser-Busch Classic, Michelob Championship, from 1981 to 1995, 1996 to 2002. Wow. Lots and lots of PGA Tour and LPGA Tour events have been hosted here. How cool is that? Special. You guys got to check it out if you're ever in the area, or make a trip, you know, out of your way to come here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not in the area. I literally came from California all the way out here to play these golf courses, and I would say well worth it. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. Leave a comment of what you thought. If you have suggestions for a future video, let me know. I just might pull it off. Please subscribe, and please hit the post notifications button so you don't miss my next video. Thanks guys. Peace.